For those who have watched our videos here on Rants, you probably think I'm pretty hard on George R.R. Martin. And I'm hard on him as a fan of him. I think he writes amazing books. I think Game of Thrones was a fantastic series, even if it had a really crappy ending. I thought it was still a really remarkable series. I mean, if you take it as a whole, it's probably the most interesting series that's ever been on television. Not because of the content, but because of the fan support of it. It was one of those last water cooler moments where you sit around and talk with the coworkers, your family, about what happened the previous night before on Game of Thrones. You don't see that very often. You don't see shows like that anymore. So it makes it even more frustrating knowing that we will never probably see the finished work of that. All as a Song of Ice and Fire fan, the best that I will get is the Game of Thrones ending. It's the best. What a sour taste. What a sour taste that will leave in my mouth, and in millions of others' mouths as well when it comes to that. It makes no sense. It really, truly makes no sense to not be working on this night and day. Let's just go ahead and let's find out what George R.R. Martin is actually up to as of right now. George R.R. Martin announces new graphic novel adaptation as Winds of Winter remains missing. Game of Thrones creator George R.R. Martin recently announced a brand new graphic novel adaptation as the Saga of Ice and Fire, and more specifically, Winds of Winter remains missing. Martin made the announcement on his Not a Blog website, where he revealed that 10 Speed Press and Random House will publish a graphic novel titled Voyaging that will adapt his novella The Plague Star. The novella follows the adventures of space traveler Haviland Tuf. It was published by Bayan Books and Tuf Voyaging back in 1986. Now, I'm glad you're promoting everything else. I really am. I'm glad that you're busy making money off of these random titles that have your name on it that you think, I don't know, are going to be successes in some way, shape, or form. It just doesn't, I don't know. I think from a human standpoint, I always keep going back to that. If I was in his shoes and I wanted to make the most amount of money, whether it be television series, movies, books, whatever, I am working tirelessly night and day to finish A Song of Ice and Fire. Winds of Winter I would have had out in a year. I would have worked as hard as I possibly could to get it out, to get the most bank I could possibly get. George R.R. Martin, for some reason, is whether it's he's wrote himself into a corner, whether it's the times that we are living in that he doesn't, him being, a pretty liberal guy himself, probably realizes that his books do not flow with the crowd that he is hanging around or wants to be a part of, and probably maybe that is some reason why he doesn't want to finish his books, because he has already found some drawbacks from them in recent years with his portrayal of rape and different things along those lines. But it just, the more I think about it, the more I just come to that conclusion that George R.R. Martin has no intention of ever finishing. He has no intention. This is a Silmarillion-like moment, except we won't ever get to see it. Period. Someone else will be writing his works. I don't know who that will be. I really don't. I almost kind of wonder if George R.R. Martin has got himself into a situation where that he feels like he no longer has it. I've seen YouTube clips, especially when he's talking with Stephen King, and he's asking Stephen King, "How did you get your books out so fast?" And he talks about what he considers a good day of writing compared to what Stephen King considers a good day of writing. Stephen King wants to make the most out of his books and his name as he possibly can. It would seem that George R. R. Martin kind of wants to do the same thing, but he doesn't want to write. It just blows my mind at the reasons why. So, there is that possibility of maybe he feels like he doesn't have it anymore. That he feels like his best days are behind him. Like it's just, he can make money off the little things instead of making the big bank off of, the thing he's most famous for. It's sad. It's sad as a fan. It really is. I feel like it's one of those situations where, and he's going to find it out pretty soon. Right now, Game of Thrones is still fresh in the minds of a lot of people, whether that be good or bad. Probably hasn't affected his book sales as of yet. But you take 10 years down the road. 10 years down the road. Who is going to say to someone, you really ought to check out A Song of Ice and Fire. It's really good. Then you find out right before you buy it, buy the first one, it's not finished, and it never will be. Why would you bother reading it? Why would you bother reading it to a cliffhanger that will never be explained? That you will never find out anything more? Makes no sense to do that. Really doesn't make any sense. Cannot help but feel like, I just cannot help but feel like A Song of Ice and Fire will never live up to the standards that it should. It should be up there with Lord of the Rings, and those kind of fiction, novels and things, that it should be up there right side by side by it, but it'll never be that, simply because it will always go as an unfinished work. And that's sad. Really is sad. I feel like, like I said, in about 10 years prime, I feel like these books will be completely forgotten. No one will be going to his Not a Blog for updates if he's still alive at that time. No one will be going to that. No one will care about his image. No one will care about even to making these videos. His popularity will wane. No one at that point will even buy his minor books and graphic novels and series. No one will do that anymore because he will always be known as the author who never finished his work. And no one likes a half-finished work. No one will pay for it. No one will want to see it. Because at that point, even if it is created into, a series, a movie, other books are wrote on it, it will never be in the author's work. And people will always wonder, is this where George R. R. Martin would go with this? We'll never know. It looks like, it upsets me every time I see something like him announcing a new graphic novel, or, writing on something else, or being a part of something else, when he should be writing. Use this time to at least finish the next book. And then we can complain about, something after that. But at least we can have something to read while he's at least saying he's attempting on writing and finishing A Song of Ice and Fire. That's the way I look at it. But anyways, guys, let me know what y'all think. Let me know if this even bothers y'all anymore. I hate to be a George R.R. Martin hater. I really do, because I'm a really big fan of his work, but I'm getting really fed up with him. I really am, because I feel like he's one of those authors that's got so big and has made such a profit off of it that he doesn't even care about his fans anymore. That's just the way I look at it. Anyways, guys, let me know what y'all think down below. And as always, please subscribe and like this video if you like our content here on Rants or Us. As always, guys, thanks for watching.